everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Martina. I am a student here in China. I'm sure you guys have seen the videos circulating on the internet about how the Chinese are discriminating against Africans and sending blacks out of their homes and out of hotels and leaving them on the streets. The videos have been everywhere, and Wode has made a series of videos talking about this. If you haven't watched his videos, then I think you should go watch his videos. They explain everything with recordings of people that have been involved. So if you have not seen his video, you should go check them out. I have been in China for 5 years and I'm still in China. I have traveled to Guangzhou so many times, so I know what life in Guangzhou is like. You know, when Wode was talking in his videos, he usually says something like, if you have ever been to China, then you know how the Chinese people behave. If you have ever been to China, you can testify this or that. So in this video, I want to testify to some of the things that if you have ever been to China, you would know. And this will give you guys a better understanding about how the Chinese react, how the Chinese behave towards foreigners, towards blacks here in China. It is very easy for bad news to spread, and even easier for media houses to exaggerate this news. You see titles like, all blacks are being chased out in China, or all Africans are being sent on the streets, xenophobia. I'm not saying these are not true, but they are being exaggerated. So in this video, I want to explain to you some things that nobody is telling you about everything that is going on in China right now. If this is your first time on my YouTube channel, please don't forget to click the subscribe button. I make videos about life in China, life as a foreigner here and a student in China. I've been receiving calls and messages from friends, acquaintances, family, people that have gone back home asking what is going on in China. Is it real? Is it fake? Let us know. A lot of foreigners here in China are students, and we have family which are very worried about this whole situation. And I understand you watching this video, you know, after seeing this outbreak start up in China and the whole world was supportive towards China, making videos for them, and all of a sudden you begin to hear that China is saying the blacks are the source of the virus. It can, you know, trigger you and make you be like, what is going on? So I totally understand how angry everyone feels right now. It is so sad that our people are being treated this way. It's so sad that they were let out on the streets, sent out of their homes, not even allowed to go into supermarkets. It is so sad, and no human being deserves to be treated this way. This can be a very scary experience, especially when you're in a foreign country. It is so sad. It is really sad, and I am grateful to the Nigerian official who stood up for these people in Guangzhou, and you know, he has proven to us that there are actually some leaders that we can look up to during this time. I'm going to tell you 5 things nobody is really saying during this whole outbreak. The first one is China is a very large country. I live in North China, and from my city to Guangzhou city is usually about 35 hours by train. So you can imagine how far that is, and 3 hours by flight. The videos that you see circulating with people on the street is happening in Guangzhou city in China. If you don't know, Guangzhou is in Guangdong province, which is in the south of China. This is like the business city of China. If you decide to come to China for business, most likely you're going to Guangzhou city. Not all Africans or blacks in China are being thrown out on the streets. This is happening in Guangzhou city, which is just one city among so many others in this very large country. So you do not have to be worried or think that all the foreigners and all the blacks in China are, you know, being treated this way. A lot of people think that because that is what the news is saying, blacks are being kicked out, Africans are being chased. It is not happening everywhere. I am in China and it is not happening to me. Some of us here, our schools are supplying us free foodstuff twice a week ever since January. So my experience is different. A lot of us have different experiences. This is happening to businessmen in Guangzhou, people that travel for business in Guangzhou, and some other foreigners that live in Guangzhou. It is not every black person in China that is being affected by this discrimination. In Wodemaya's last video, there was a recording of a man who was talking about how the police came to him, and him and his wife traveled from Ghana, and then they were quarantined, and the police gave him a card and said with this card he can go anywhere he wants to go. If he shows them this card, he will not be stopped, or the police will not, he will not be stopped or harassed if he shows them that card. That also confirms a report that has been put out about this whole situation, which says, as a Chinese woman who is married to a Nigerian man, the woman traveled to her village, got infected with the virus, and then came back. And this woman cooks in an African restaurant where blacks go to eat. So the Chinese believe that this woman must have infected black people, since black people go to patronize her business, and that is their reason for deciding to start up this entire situation, and telling even people that have been quarantined before that you need to get quarantined again. This is the report that was given. There's also another report that says some Africans came into the country, about 3 of them had symptoms. At the end of the day, 2 had symptoms for like malaria, typhoid, and 1 of them was infected with the virus. But that one person refused to get treatment because he said they wanted to infect him with the virus. They wanted to, give him a fake vaccine or something like that. And then he attacked a nurse. So this is the report that we have gotten here in China. And when I listened to the recording on Wodemaya's video about the man talking about him being given a card so he can go anywhere, that was also in the report, that after you've been quarantined, you are given a card that you can use to go into public places. Once you show them that card, they will know that you have already been quarantined. But I don't think that is reason enough to send our people out on the streets or treat them in a very inhuman way. There is no excuse for that. I believe that there are better measures that would have been taken to address this problem, not sending them out on the streets. Number 3, if you're in China, if you're a foreigner in China, you already know that it is very common for hotels to not want to accept you. I have made a video about this before. You can go check it out, where I was in Beijing, and I and my friends were in Beijing, and we had to sleep in the train station because hotels refused to accept us because we're foreigners. You can go check out that video. So if you come into China for the first time, or your first experience, and you go to a hotel and hotels do not want to accept you, it might be very shocking to you, and you might be like, what is going on? Why are you discriminating against me? Why won't you accept me? You guys really need to go check out my video and hear my experience. So when it happens to you for the first time, it can feel very wrong. But we in China have experienced this so many times, to the extent that we have gotten used to it. And when a hotel refuses you, you just look for the next one that will accept you. This may make you very angry and make you want to react. But take note, Chinese people are easily threatened. Once they see any sign of you raising your voice, they are calling the police. They don't have time to argue with you because, 1, there is language barrier. You can hardly communicate. So once you are trying to say, why are you not letting me into the hotel? Why are you not doing this? They will not even argue with you because you may be speaking English, or your Chinglish, half Chinese, half English, and they don't understand you. They will not even waste any time. They will just call the police. Their opinions about Africans is that we are very aggressive. That is how they see us. And Chinese people interpret being loud with being aggressive. Maybe in your countries you can lift up your voice, and then you can raise your voice, and then the people will now be like, okay, we understand, we are sorry. In China, it is hardly like that. Once you start lifting your voice, they feel threatened and they are calling the police. And the police are everywhere in China. Once you look for any trouble, the police will be there in minutes, and they are sending you away. They are sending you away. It is something that we living in China have understood, and we have learned to avoid this type of situation, learn to avoid this type of trouble. The 4th and the last thing I want to say is, please do not resort to violence against the Chinese in Africa because of what is going on right here in China. There are Africans and there are still black people here in China. There will always be blacks and Africans in China. A lot of us are students. Some came here to work. some came for business, tourism, some are even married to Chinese people. China has become their home. So if you start being violent against Chinese in Africa, it is going to backfire back at us, the people that you are trying to advocate for right now. Then at the end of the day, what is the essence of all this advocacy if it is only just going to lead to more hate and more discrimination amongst each other? There are so many ways for this to be handled, but please do not resort to violence. I saw one of the videos that are being circulated from Guangzhou, and one of the men said, "We are going to kill you people." And that made me so worried, because if we resort to violence, it is only going to backfire back at the same people that we are trying to fight for right now. The most we can do is to reach out to our government, reach out to our officials. They are the ones that have the power to make tangible change. They are the ones that have the power to speak to the Chinese government, and change can actually be done. Once again, I am so grateful and I'm happy about the Nigerian official who stood up for these people in Guangzhou. And today I saw videos that the Chinese government has put them in hotels and is bringing them food and flowers. If you're a foreigner in China, when you see this type of things from the Chinese people, like, you guys, let me know in the comment section, what do you think is going on when you see the Chinese government? They're not putting it on their own TV and showing the whole world that, oh, we are being so nice to them. These people that you said we are discriminating, we are giving them food and flowers. So that is what the Chinese government are showing us right now. Right now, we should just focus on trying to improve Africa, trying to improve our countries, so that we will not have to rely so much on China. I really hope government officials from other countries can also step up for their citizens and speak for them and speak on behalf of all the Africans and blacks that are in China. So my goal in this video was for you guys to understand and to see some things that we foreigners in China go through, and may give you a better understanding about what is going on in Guangzhou City, what is going on in China, and what you have been seeing on the news. If you're new to my channel, please subscribe. I make videos about life in China, life as a foreigner, a student, a black girl here in China. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Leave a comment down below. I want to hear what you guys think about this whole situation, what the media has put out for you, and I hope people that have family and loved ones here are less scared and are more calm. Things have gotten much better with the government officials being involved. Chinese government had a meeting and they are denying the discrimination, but you know what you know, I know what I know. Let us just find a way to make our government stand up for us even more. Thank you so much for watching this video. I'll see you in my next one. Bye bye.